Hey, you ever just like look in the mirror and then just be like, oh wow, you looking good, but like you look a little bit too long and then you're not gonna pause on that? You're just not gonna, you're just gonna switch, you're just gonna sip your water? Fam. What's up? We're back in here to review this clipping from Clipping. This thing has been requested on this channel for a cool 4 months. A swift, smooth 4 months. Ever since I gave DeathGrips a listen, people have been dying for me to listen to Clipping. And after I got harassed on Patreon a couple days ago by a couple of people who were telling me to listen to this thing, I thought I should get to it with the quickness. If you guys really desperately want me to get to something, go to Patreon, because those comments actually go straight to my email. Putting it out there, you want the music heard, not me. But I am slightly interested in this because the cover art is so simplistic, and a lot of people have told me that they're an unorthodox group. So I don't think I need to really discuss that much more. I think we could just hop right on into this thing. Shawn and Target Water. Let's get it. This better not be like that Corey Feldman stuff you guys are telling me to listen to. Let's hop on into this thing. Clipping intro. I had to put it all together like that.
Been telling them dreams again, breathe again, the breeze is full of trees again, the beast buried under the streets is about to leave the den of thieves and hooligans.
Sounds very he sounds just like Joyner Lucas, or the other way around.
Refrigerator to keep it fresh until it's on. Every day is preparation for Armageddon.
He actually sounds like Andre 3000 on this thing too.
On one, on two, get 3 stacks and bring it back to the fortress.
He
Wrap
said
your 5
it.
fingers round that
He
much
said
cash
it.
and make a
He
motherfucking
said
cash.
he's on to me.
Wouldn't you? If you scared, say you scared, cause they coming through sweeping and nobody got a problem sweeping over you.
Did he make a Holocaust reference in there? So this song sounds like you're inside of a broken furnace. And then he said, I know maybe it was just his accent, maybe he didn't mean to say Jew, but I'm taking it and I'm gonna run with it.
Another block after the rain. Fucking prepare for the.
Hey, track number 1, pretty good, pretty nice intro. He's able to take his flow and make it very transformative. Even though the beat is all over the place, it's very glitchy, I still like his flow and I still like his bars. He's not like sacrificing one for the other. It's like he's comfortable rapping in such a speed and giving a certain amount of bars at the same time. So track number 2, we got Body and Blood.
Cleavers up, bring them here. Femurs all swing on the ceiling like a chandelier. She's a clinic. He got a pocket full of incisors and pliers in a briefcase and on the floor. See how the drinks are flowing off of the top shelf. Men are flashing the belt and while she rocking them 8-inch stilettos. 8
This track is making me feel like a strong, independent black woman that don't need no man.
Your veins and your guts and your yeah, man, since she's thick and they wish they could bang when she's stretched. She got nails, did, hair, did, body right, teeth, white, nut,
my God.
Twerk some, girl. Twerk some, girl.
Oh my God.
Pro-hypnol and promethazine blunts with amphetamines and whatever your pleasure be. Pro-hypnol and promethazine blunts with amphetamines and whatever your pleasure be. Chainsaw motor, grabbing outside.
So I like this track, but I'm confused. Is he talking about a chick that everybody wants, or like a girl who's like taking guys based off her looks and like sacrificing them to some deity or something like that? Because he's making this chick come off as if she's intentionally trying to entice these men so she can go back to her lair or her chamber and like slice them up. Tells her to eat at one point in here. He's talking about 8-inch heels. He's talking about satin. It makes sense for the track because this chick sounds demonic the way he's describing her. For it to be as distorted as it is and this like sense of urgency to be all over this track, just layered. Next track, Work.
Holla out your city if you ride for it. Let them know why you died for it. Same reason all these riding ain't rich. Name gang, baseline. Yep. I dance like a deadpan voice singing Tin Pan Alley songs, Pando, and it's no can. Get it in, and you're riding no L's. That work, make that work.
Okay.
Flip it, I pocket the profit. Don't know when to stop it. They calling me sell to the heart.
You're not about to slide in so smooth. You see the way she transitioned? She kept the same energy.
My garments, switching my handbags, how I switching my pocket.
Work.
Get that work, make that work. Get that work, make that work.
Trunk full of hashish and mescaline, your mind is a mess and this bitch is undressing you. Hey, sitting up under the seat, or let the cop pull you over, say something slick. You're not even a co-star, just an extra. They read about it as enough.
Oh, it's so addicting. So it seems like he's coming across on this track not as if he's like telling you what to do or saying what he's done. It's like he's giving you options, like here's what will happen if you choose point A, or this is what will happen if you choose point B, or this is what will happen if you choose point C. I like how in this track he's basically saying though, it doesn't matter what you choose, because at the end of the day, you're still dead. He's also giving you, like I said, the what if scenario. Like, okay, if this is the situation you're in, these are your options, and I like how he's explaining it. The chick's flow, I did like when she first came in, but after a while, it just got, like, like, her performance on that track was just being in a relationship with a girl that you've always wanted to be with, and you guys find it cute to do these relationship things with each other, like eating off of each other's plate, but after a while, it gets annoying. You're just like, bitch, get off my plate. Next track, Summertime. Some keys jangling or something?
Sets up, Helen Mirren is some of the pot stick.
Dude, somebody tell me who this guy rapping is, because he sounds so familiar. Dude, get out of the frame. Fly. Dude's voice sounds so familiar.
The women so fine in the summertime. Turn a 6 to
they
a
fine all the
in
time. I don't know what you're talking about.
And nice and quite stunning. And who wouldn't believe the West Coast
Fuck it
on
up.
the red? How you had it, I was crashing your sight.
I like the way that comes in. That beat transition.
Off the pigs and wrecking mirrors, cause he on it, Jack. And he on about. Homies take shifts, watching guys playing nice like they ain't not. Cars park, ring alarms, homies stop betting just for a second. Then start it up again like resurrection. And count they blessings, stop rubbernecking. You looking sweeter than.
Started up again like resurrection. Not betting. They've been in the alley just betting, shooting dice. He caught him on dark. And then he said, started up again. I like how, from what I can see so far, them taking, you know, these instrumentals that can be easily used, or that you will find, you know, in just everyday life, and then they take them, they sample these, they create with something that you wouldn't think about creating with. And again, so far I've become a fan of this whole, you know, transforming the beat as the song continues to just make it so that it's not repetitive. Because as much flow as you can have, as fast as your, you know, rapping can be, and as great as your bars might be at times, it doesn't matter if the song gets boring. Next track, Taking Off.
Ski mask on with a burner cell phone. Desert Eagle 50 cal imprint on the backbone.
Who are you going to rob? Who are you going to rob? Well, you said Desert Eagle. You might be going to kill somebody. What's wrong with you?
Unusual if you make killing a job. Money is good when it's coming from behind prison walls. For some, plus it'll probably be the 9 to 5, and there is time to be outside instead of sitting at a desk and making calls. Stay alive up in the jungle. You should figure out a way to carry no remorse at all day long.
He just said a mouthful by saying, for anyone who's looking basically to survive in this jungle, you should make sure you have no remorse at all.
To go out, but it's no reason to stay in when the roaches are all raided. Everyone wants to be somebody known for doing something people call glorious. Yeah, but you just ran out of time, and the mantra that is bumping on the.
I love how he's not sacrificing his lyrics for his speed.
Fuse is too short, that rocket is taking off. Good poison, that hood oil, that cash cow, need cash now, just add water and back.
Whoa, wait, whoa. I was going back to something else, but he just said that cash cow, need cash now, just add water. You know those packets of maybe muffins or the pancake mix where it says you don't need milk, just add water.
Always talking to Jesus, please. The only God here is the Jesus piece. They rocking like hipsters rock GZT. Oil, that cash cow.
Whoa, wait a minute. I know he didn't just say everything I thought he just heard. Wait, no, everything I thought I just heard. This man just said, whose man's is it? Parents don't understand. Apparently, basically saying Jesus won't save you in this hood. The only God here is the Jesus piece. Like hipsters rock Yeezy tees. When all this spitting about Jesus, then bringing Yeezus in, and then talking about who people idolize, I'm gonna take that. Bam! I matter too! I love the transformation within that beat and during the hook, how the bass line gets dropped, even at some parts while he's rapping. I love how on this track he's not sacrificing his lyrics for his flow, because just because you're rapping fast, it doesn't mean you can't deliver bars at the same time. This thing, I forgot the name of it, but whatever that thing is, he was using that in there too. Again, with this track, it's just like he's giving you options, he's giving you more choices, he's giving you more alternatives. He's not giving you like a direct way or answer, he's just giving you like a what if scenario. And I love that he's kind of making that clear to see, as opposed to trying to make it seem like, oh, this is my life, just the way I was raised. Like, no, you're actually giving me a depiction of what actually goes on, but you're not saying that this is not something that you've lived, it's just something you're speaking on and giving options and alternatives to, and I love that. Next track, Tonight.
Wild smell like pussy when it sweat, snorted to the face, for the club wet, trying to get a taste, bass down low, DJ screaming last call, that liquor dark apple, cause she like it fast. What's your fantasy?
No, she like it deep.
Ass like Trina.
Get it right. I love this.
It's the last song of the night.
I love this.
Erbe bend. Don't you wanna take me to the bar to get a shot again? It's working to the sound, I'm all up in my zone. Looking for a house, waiting, baby, fuck the rest. If you a freak that knows how to bend and touch her toes,
yeah.
You get to see me do dances and shit.
Head in the backseat, stumble up a staircase, floor missing boards, hands fumble.
He's got that collard green schoolboy Q flow. Fuck, I don't know if on this track she's offering the second opinion that's basically saying it's really much easier to get with me than you think it is, but he's offering the opinion as if, you know, you're making it so much harder than it has to be when you can really just go up and just be assertive this one time in your life, you fucking puss. It's really, it feels like she's like making it so easy for you to just walk up to her and just do whatever you want. I like how this track is taken in multiple different directions because like he's rapping at one point and bringing it back to hip hop, then for the hook he's, you know, bringing a little bit more rock pop into it. Her performance on there was great. Next track, Dream.
The fires are alarming. The fire alarms are oddly calming. A water beetle just. Pictures in Murder Dog magazine. Ice Moan, a Master B, rocking our wasted jeans. Grab the base.
I thought he was going with the Biggie lines there, but he's talking about bagging the drugs. These are thoughts that you wouldn't normally get from him if he was, you know, sober or if he wasn't under the influence of some kind of drug or narcotic or something like that. He just said this cuss is crazy. So from what I can get from him, he doesn't normally think like this when he isn't under the influence. Or maybe these are just the thoughts of people in general that he's trying to portray. But for me, I actually like that track. And the one line in here where he's talking about rolling the dice above the clouds like you're in heaven. When you win, you let it rain down. I guess that's what God considers going green. Next track, Get Up.
Game don't wait. Heavy, wait. Eyes heavy, but it's time to grind. Motherfucker can't be late.
Is he really gonna rap on a alarm clock?
No work, no everybody, but you still put a ring on it. Own it, keep it 100. Homies with.
Says she married to everybody, but you still put a ring on it. You stupid.
Put the Glock cock back, lay another body flat.
Oh my God.
Turn on the street lights, hustle till they cut 'em off at the street.
The degree of difficulty is extraordinarily high, and she high while doing it, so see why somebody who isn't from it might not understand how you body a body. In other words, and still a gram is a gram, and nobody is Instagramming.
Yo, this dude's layers. This man just said there are other ways to make money. He's using the perspective argument again, like asking how people who aren't from the street can't understand why somebody in the street can live that life and kill a man. Like, can't you actually see why they live this life? He said it to two of them. Like, he said it like, oh, there are other ways to make money, but at the same time, you can still understand why these guys are doing what they're doing in the street, right? He's rapping over an alarm clock.
Crack it so acrobatic, it'll flip in a sec.
What was that? She's singing about having a gun at her wayside. Oh my God.
Get the fuck up and push cocaine. All these fuckers go sleep all day, but if you suck up and step up on the TV.
First of all, huge props to this guy for having the confidence to even rap over an alarm clock. Huge props to the female vocalist for being able to take this song in whatever direction she wants, even with the alarm clock. I like the fact that the alarm clock actually transformed into a chord and then goes back to its regular state. I love his flow on this entire track and what he's talking about. It's almost as like you have like between the time span of like 3 minutes. This song is how long you have to make your decision. I love the way he's depicting this because it's almost as if like you're running out of time. If this song is called Get Up and the alarm clock is, you know, going the entire time and he's rapping about what he's rapping about, in my opinion, it's like, oh, you've got like a split second to make this decision, because if you don't, you're like risking life or death. Next track, Or Die. So get up or die. So I'm on to something.
Bitches in the kitchen, water whipping crack phone, clap phone, clap slowing, looking at the dope, but it's day, and they hear that sound. Everybody think they hard till they face hit ground. Everybody make a choice, it is not faded or die. Get famous or die, get that stainless or die.
I'm sorry, but his messages in this thing are just so clear and vivid sometimes. He's basically saying no matter what you choose, you still gonna die one day. So he's really giving you multiple options, but your last point is still to die. Even if you choose to go after money, you're gonna die. Even if you choose to go after the, you know, the weapons and the violence, you're still gonna die. Get high and get faded, or die. I don't know. I like the message of the track. Instrumental wise, I just don't think it meshes as well as I want it to. I definitely like the flows. I definitely like the unorthodox style of rapping here, but I don't think it's necessary, and I don't actually think I think the lyrics are dark enough. I don't really think the track needed to be you know, this force. It like when in comparison to the other tracks, it just doesn't feel as like creative. It doesn't feel as authentic because the lyrics are dark enough. You don't really need to add a dark beat for this track when you're depicting such a dark subject matter. But that's my opinion. I just don't really like the instrumental on this track. Next track, Inside Out.
Cabbage, that broccoli. Trying to catch a fire. Locks like Marley. Wow, that Chevy.
You know what? The dude sounds like the dude off Blackish. If you've seen the guy, what's his name? The brother of what's that chick's name? What's Tracy Ellis Ross's name on Blackish? Her brother, the one who plays her brother in the show. That's who he sounds like. He just said locks like Bob Marley.
What a cutter used to be the shit.
There's a boy coming. Stack your bread, get high, gotta pour some. Murder on the outside, everybody inside. Murder on the outside, everybody inside. Murder on the outside, everybody inside. Oh, Cree, son. Orange couch, plastic wrap, what's happening, rerun. Old frame, hologram,
oh my God, no. What's happening, rerun. R.I.P. But oh my God.
Stacked in the armoire, behind glass where the dominoes and the bicycle cards are.
Murder on the outside, everybody inside. Murder on the outside, everybody inside. He's describing a crime scene right now.
Rolling too slow up the street, men sit 4 deep in.
There is something I love about each and every one of these tracks. There's nothing that I don't like about every single one of these tracks. He's legit describing a crime scene or a murder scene this entire song, and I just noticed during the third verse. I like how just before each hook, the distortion in the beat is slightly different for each, you know, hook that's about to come. Like there's 3 times the hook comes in, and each time the distortion right before those is different. While at the same time his voice is a little distorted, he still maintains his rhythm. Next track, Story 2.
Godsmack is how the wind feels on the face of Mike Winfield on his way home. And between the marriage offers and the fist fights.
Whoa, wait.
Touches...
I'm such a huge fan of beat transformation, and when the beat, you know, kind of just goes in its own direction. He's definitely riding this thing well, but the beat, you can tell, is transforming. It just stopped. The amount of time it took for the drop to come again was totally different, and it changed the entire sound of the song.
In his pocket, a matchbook in his sock, and a block full of charred skeletons closeted, begging to get out. He paused because he hear.
I don't know what to pay attention to more.
It was a full lifetime ago, and nobody ever has to know. He is never told, well, except that don't all the time. Why had he not called Ron back? Guess there just wasn't the spark. And hold up, where had he seen that car before? Blue
Yo, he did it again!
Cell phone and gets no reply. What the fuck? Where is the babysitter that he owns? His body takes over and Ray becomes disengaged. Michael is running his house. And Mike knows he gotta get home fast as he can. Looks up in the sonic and all night. He's going, him running forward and hoping against hope that he might find him alive and well. But he knows the thing landing the smoke, take his breath. Some strong arm him aside like.
Dude who made this track, I hate you so much. First of all, lyrics aside, you are incredible for making this track. This sounds amazing, and it's solely because of the beat. This instrumental continues to change. It continues to progress. From the very opening part of the song, it never stops transforming. Slower and slower and slower progressively, but still manages to maintain this huge sense of urgency, as if he's trying to get away from something, or as if he's trying to explain himself really fast before, you know, his time is up. That's how a lot of this thing is so far, is like trying to explain himself before his time is up, or whoever he's trying to portray. I love this track. I love this track.
A few moments later.
So I downloaded this thing, and I went to the YouTube video for this, and he's running. The entire video, he's running. At the very end of the track, we get the flames, and from what I'm reading in the comments, this is actually a story of, you know, maybe a snitch. I don't remember. Like, I'm a little hazy on the details. Nobody in the comments was really like that clear, but one of the comments was saying how you know, these are like possible outcomes again. So it does further provide my point that he's giving people options. Like, he's not just saying this is the story and this is the way you have to follow it. We're being selfish with the narrative here. He's actually giving multiple different interpretations for how every track could go. I'm preemptive. I know I'm preemptive, but I know what music I enjoy. This is going to be a track that I'm going to heavily bump in the whip. Heavily. Next track, Dominoes.
And house shoes, pork pie, had ace deuce. Gold thin rim vibe. Sit is good, but don't let that hoe run you. The trans ain't shit, no regrets. Youngin', run to the south, cigarettes. Position to get pissed on. No Kelly here, so no pissing on. He off.
I don't think kids need to be near this track. Next track ends.
Sipping Molly water, holla, hallelujah. A little dabble, do ya? Then gather that as the ghetto mature. What they said was manure, and that you know is gold in your face on a t-shirt. And you wanted to see where it come down. See where it come down. Murder for sport. Watch the murder report on the TV with a scorecard and the 40, of course. She ride like only a hoe. Putting these haters around you, talking that velvet. And the whole block.
I don't mess with this dude no more. I don't mess with this guy no more.
Jigsaw in the brain. Rorschach is for psychos. Ain't nobody crazy in Hedge what never was. And everyone here been a ghost since day one. Say something, bitch, say something.
So, okay, wait, is my mic on? He's explaining the end of a story because in most rap music, we don't get the end of the actual story. We get the rappers always being triumphant. We get people in their stories always being triumphant, what they actually managed to come away from. All these people bragging instantly about how they came out of this situation unscathed, even though they got 40 bodies. One bar on here that I felt was like extremely interesting was how he refers to, I guess, this person that can't be found as a ghost because this entire, I guess, neighborhood, they can't catch what never was. Everyone in here been a ghost since day one. Referencing something that never existed in the first place is what he's trying to say, and that is so fucking beautiful and horrible at the same time. He just said something exists that never existed to me in the first place. That's why he could never be found. That's why the people who did this could never be found, because in the eyes of the people who are supposed to find them, they never existed in the first place. Oh my god, dude. My eyes. I'm rubbing my ears, but my eyes. This is how it is in his ends as well. Like, in these ends, this is how it really is. This is how it really goes down. Everybody wants to give you their story, but they're not giving you what actually will happen. You're not some chosen person. You're not this God amongst men. You can be taken out just as easily as the next guy. I love this track. I love this album. We got one track left, and it's called, what's it called? Hariya. Williams mix.
No. Go ahead and
I already know what this is about. Okay, so for that final track, I definitely feel like, from what I got, he's basically saying either you've wasted your entire, or what am I saying? The point of the entire album was it doesn't matter what you do with your life. Not to say that, you know, you can't be a horrible person or a good person, but whatever you do with your life, essentially, death still awaits every person. And I feel like this track is essentially what's playing for him right as his life is flashing before his eyes, or as he's reminiscing about everything he's done in his life. He's just playing back everything that's happened. And you can clearly tell it's like it's sped up or it's in reverse sometimes, but most of it's just like really sped up to show like, this is my life. This is what I did with my life. I searched for a music video and I couldn't find one, but I feel like this is what the track represents, in my opinion. I don't think that there is anything more or less to this track than this is my life and this is what I did with it. Now he comes to the fate that awaits everyone. It's a perfect way to end this album. A might be, could be story with a definite ending no matter what. I love that message. This is gonna be on one of the shorter sides of the reviews because I really don't have that much to say. There's not that much for me to criticize. This thing is damn near flawless for me. I love the cohesive aspect of the entire thing, like how it all fits together and how it doesn't stray away from any of its messages while maintaining the thought process that I'm going to give these people something that might be their life, but it doesn't have to be. It's not mine. I'm just giving them what there is. Like, I'm giving them what the world is offering to some people. I'm giving them the choices that some people have made and offering and asking them if they would make the same decisions. I'm giving them information. I'm giving them insight into areas that they might not know about, while letting them know at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which way you go. because death is definite. His flow is glorious on this entire album. I love how crazy and how experimental the instrumentals are. I love how they're taken, you know, and sampled just regular everyday sounds. They remind me of like DeathGrips, but like the MC is a much more tame, milder version, one that you can actually understand. And I know I'm probably gonna get a little bit of flack for this, but he does not rely on like the gimmicky screaming aspect, continuously yelling or being loud, and relying on that as to why a track is crazy. He actually explains his point and thought process on majority of these tracks perfectly. If you really sit down with these lyrics and just hear him out while he's speaking, all of it makes sense for what he's trying to say. The features on here, I feel like, complement the tracks. They're not overbearing, but they do help make the track. I usually rip on artists for like abusing things like a bass line, which on this album, you know, they don't, but I still like how a lot of it, even though it is experimental to an extent, carries a hip-hop, very melodic, kind of easily rhythmic sound to it for most of the tracks. Like, even if it's a track on here that you wouldn't necessarily play based on the sound that's being used for it, the fact that it's made into something that's very rhythmic and that could be considered catchy after a couple of listens is great to me. There's a lot of best tracks, so there wouldn't be like a debate with me over anybody arguing and saying, oh yeah, you know, this track is the best, this track is the best, because honestly all of them are great tracks. And this is like the first time, I feel like one of the first times on camera where I've legit had a problem with almost 0 tracks. I feel like the confidence within his rapping is apparent with his flow. At no point does he hesitate, no matter what point the song is at. He knows how to jump in between those layers of the song and go off. I like how certain tracks on here are, you know, kind of portrayed in a little bit more of a lighthearted way. On Tonight, he pretty much describes this scene as a guy or multiple guys who are too afraid to walk up to this individual or this chick and just say what they really want to do. Or, you know, Inside Out, another track on here where he's kind of comedically, and I won't even say comedically to that extent, but he's kind of satirically speaking on, you know, a murder scene or a crime scene, and almost normalizing it and making people understand that this isn't just like some rare occurrence. Like this regularly happens. On Or Die, I don't really feel like that, like I said, portrays the vibe with the instrumental. I don't feel like it needs that instrumental because the lyrics are already dark enough. I know in a lot of tracks, you know, lyrics and dark instrumentals kind of match each other, but I feel like the lyrics are a little too dark for the instrumental to be just as dark.
Okay, so like to explain myself better on this point, what I was trying to say more so was that we already get the concept of the album and the concept of this track. Conceptually, it makes a lot of sense and it makes it a good record, but for this track specifically, I don't think that the, you know, instrumental needed to be as gritty or just as gritty as the lyrics. I think we get the point with the lyrics itself, and when you make the instrumental that gritty and it lacks any kind of rhythm or any kind of catchiness to it, especially when the rest of the instrumentals on here are literally taken from like some of the most interesting aspects of regular human life. Conceptually, instrumental and the lyrics make sense. As far as the song is concerned, it does not sound great.
It's not very catchy, it's not very rhythmic, it's just kind of there. But the way I think the album runs is essentially a portrayal of, you know, a what-if story leading up to a definite ending. Do I need to get started on story 2? But we're gonna stop this video here. Clipping. Definitely enjoyed this project. If you guys did as well, go ahead and leave a like down below. Please tell me you've listened to this album. If you have not already, I need you to. If I put you on, I did not do this thing justice. You need to go listen to the entire thing yourself. As for me, I'm gonna go listen to this thing again and again and again. I'm gonna play story 2 to the absolute death. Shawn C, and I'm out. Peace. I can't handle this.